Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Reflections. Today, I want to talk a little bit about evangelism because I don't really talk about that. And I think that we all kind of look at it a certain way. Like when people say evangelism, we picture that really awkward, like you're running around Walmart saying, "Do you know Jesus?" to like everybody in the Pop-Tart aisle, right? And it's like, "Oh yeah, I can't do that. Like I don't have that gift. I don't have that ability. Like only crazy people like Robbie maybe can do stuff like that." And they're usually successful, the ones who are bold enough to act that way. But I think most Christians shy away from any idea of evangelism because they picture it that way. So I kind of want to look at it a little bit differently and say that maybe evangelizing doesn't have to be preaching or just spitting out the gospel, like Jesus died, he saved you from your sin. Like, is that important? Yes, obviously. That is what Jesus told us, right? We have to spread the gospel. But I think the reason, Barna says 9 out of 10 Christians never tell anyone about Jesus is because we look at it that way, and I think we're missing out. And we've been hearing a lot, right? We're talking a lot at church and in a lot of our other videos about friendship lately and relationship building and things like that. And I think the reason we miss out on evangelizing is because it is awkward to do that with people you don't have relationships with, right? So I just want to think about if we work on that, if we grow relationships with people, if we act like Christ and we love people and we spend our time and our effort and our energy doing that and working our relationship with people, working in our relationship with Christ, does that turn into evangelism, right? Sometimes we are showing people Christ without even saying anything about Jesus, right? Because if we are loving the way that God tells us to love, then it should look like Jesus. So maybe we should reflect on that, is how are we approaching showing people Jesus? Are we just acting normal and not really having a relationship with Christ and not really focusing on that part of our life, and then just running around saying, "You need Jesus." And here, say this prayer and we're good to go, and okay, on to the next one, and you leave them hanging, and then they're just like, okay, like, whoa, then what, right? We've talked about that a lot too in other videos of is that really helping anything? Are those people really being saved? Are you really evangelizing? Are you really showing them a true relationship with Christ? Are you showing them a different life, a different hope, a blessed hope? Or are you just saying words? So we could talk about this a lot in a lot of different aspects, but I kind of wanted to just get to the point, keep it short and sweet, in that our life and our actions can be evangelism. It doesn't have to be you walking up to strangers and saying, "Hey, here's the gospel, adios, have a nice day." That's probably a lot less effective than you walking up to strangers in your church or at work or whoever you're in contact with on a daily basis sometimes, who are still strangers even though you see them often, and just getting to know them, or just talking to them, or being their friend, or reaching out to them when they are in some kind of need, or doing all of those things that God says is love in the Bible, and showing them what it actually looks like to be a Christian. Christians acting like Christians, I've been thinking, is the true form of evangelism. Obviously, then, you will have an opportunity in that, if you're doing that right, to share the specific gospel, right? To tell them, like, "Hey, here's why I love you. Like, here's why because they're going to be weirded out if you're acting that way. They'll probably be like, "Why are you so nice to me?" Right? Like, people have always thought that. Like, why are you nice? Like, why do you want to help me? No one wants to help me. What's the catch? What do you want out of this? And if you are building that relationship and you're having those conversations, you will have the opportunity to tell people why you have that hope and why you have that love toward them, and that will equal the gospel. So, to sum it up, my reflection is, how do you look at evangelism? Or do you totally turn away from it and not to talk to anybody about God and just go about your day and are you a secret Christian? Or are we Christians acting like Christians and then automatically, accidentally evangelizing? So, ponder on that. Think about it. And please share this video. We don't have all the same friends, so I think we could all take things and look at them a little bit differently sometimes. So hopefully others can do that. I love you guys, and God loves you. Have a great week.